Hello and welcome to the Otaku Network podcast. My name is Steve.
And I'm David.
And we are into week 8 of the 2026 winter anime season. This time on Journal with a Witch, we're still dealing with the journal that Asa's mother wrote for her. And at this point, Asa is definitely very alone. She's like, all the adults around me are liars and they betrayed me, so I'm just going to do my own thing. Akio gets a frantic text from Emily. Asa has been absent from school for 2 days at this point, with a unexcused absence of being sick, which causes Makio to panic a little bit. I appreciated the level-headedness and de-escalation efforts that the teacher enacted. Man, I needed shit like that in my childhood. Anyways, Makio enlists the help of Kasamichi and the estate attorney to help her find Asa. Makio had asked Emily to give her a few places where Asa may be loitering. And the first place they checked was a boba place that the two girls enjoy. There to find Asa completely oblivious to her surroundings, sipping on some boba tea. The adults, too, buy boba tea, and, Asa kind of admits defeat and goes back home, where her and Makio have their confrontation. Well, it's more Asa having the confrontation, because, Makio is Makio.
Asa's just basically having a conflict with herself.
Asa was really trying to get in, she desired to have a fight with Makio.
Yes.
And Makio was like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah. She's like, you can't hurt me. I already hurt me.
But that's part of the problem too, is Makio is in crunch time probably to meet a deadline for her next novel. Mm. And she's been largely isolated now, Asa has. Due to this, even more isolated than she's been this entire time. And so Asa is pretty much like, well, I guess I truly am on my own, screw everybody else. So she's lashing out at Makio, understandably so, as a way to try to get some sort of human connection, I would feel. And it doesn't work the way she wants it to, which is probably for the better. Asa asks Makio, have you ever lost anybody close to you? And earlier in the episode, Makio was talking about how she never really grieved for her father's death. And we know she's not grieving for her sister's death. Interestingly, Makio's response is, no, I've never lost anybody close to me. But I have experienced deep pain that could be similar to what you're experiencing. And when Asa presses her about the details, Makio shuts her down like Makio ever does when it comes to talking about herself. Which infuriates Asa even more, because Asa's she's grasping at a connection, straws right now. And we close out with her grabbing one of Makio's novels and coming to an emotional part of it and not understanding how somebody can write about emotion and experience of emotion when, from her perspective, she has none of that experience. And it opens up the floodgates of grief, at which Makio comes in to console her.
She finally accepts that her parents are dead.
She truly is going through the stages of grief.
Yep. She finally hit the last one. It took her forever, because acceptance is the last one.
I don't know if she's accepted it yet. There was a really good line in that last part from Asa, where she goes, how can she realize all of this and still refuse to lie and give me the answer I long for? Really highlighting Asa's desire for human connection and connection with Makio, even though Makio is not necessarily willing to do that for her. Makio kind of is approaching all of this with a hands-off mentality that I think is born more out of her fear of imprinting the wrong things into Asa. She's holding back too much for fear of unintentionally manipulating the girl, which I can understand. But at some point, she also needs to kind of be a thing that we don't ever see her as being, and something that is outwardly emotional, because that's what Asa needs right now. Mm-hmm. She's not incapable of doing it, but she has mentioned within this episode that she's unwilling to do that. She keeps all of her emotions internal, spreads them out on the paper.
Oh, that last scene. Shed a tear. Shed multiple tears.
Yeah, that's fair.
Immediately had to watch JJK afterwards. It's like,
Yeah, them floodgates open pretty hard.
Oh, yeah. Even seeing Makio tear up a bit, I was like,
That means you're empathetic, and that's a good trait to have.
I was just like heartstrings everywhere, playing me like a shymason.
With most stories, regardless of the medium, I race through the stories because I just want to see how it ends. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what an end looks like for this. I think that's preventing me from having that same kind of rat in a experiment fanaticism of just getting to the end of the thing.
I think what we saw at the beginning of the first episode is the end.
Something like the ending of the original Eva TV series, where everybody's just congratulating Asa for developing into a strong human being.
Probably.
Omedeto Asa.
No, I really think that is the end goal of the season, is them happy.
Yeah, you may still be right that little opening segment we saw is the end of it.
Or at least the beginning of the climax of the season.
Yeah.
Or not the climax, the end of the season.
The conclusion of the story.
Yes, that. I really think that's the end.
Could be.
Which I'm happy with being given that end goal.
Yeah. Seeing the struggles and the journey to get from awkward strangers to a semblance of a loving guardian and child.
Loving aunt and niece.
It might be unconventional, largely due to Makio's personality and her social anxieties.
Her lack of emotions.
She keeps them bottled up like somebody should.
Wow. Wow.
Kasamachi even warned her not to get mad because she's scary when she's angry.
How would he know? Probably pissed her off mighty hard.
Yeah.
Also, it was kind of cute when Makio was doing the hand behind the thing and he was playing with her hand.
Oh yeah, when they were driving to try to find Asa.
Yeah, it was adorably cute. Ridiculously cute, if you will.
He's wrapped around her finger.
Yeah, and she's kind of wrapped around his.
I don't even know if she knows what she wants.
She is, and she just doesn't know it yet.
Maybe it's more she's not willing to admit it, which seems more within her personality.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to say things out loud.
No. She's one of those people that'll just comfortably fall into something without even coming to the agreement about it. It's just
oh, it's happening now.
And suddenly.
Yeah.
And suddenly thing.
We know she overthinks things too much. So it's probably more a paralyzed by fear of negative scenarios that run through her head, not wanting to shake the balance and see how things naturally progress instead of being prodded along. And that's not going to work with Asa at all. That girl needs immediate action because her mother was a busybody. All right, let's move on to something less emotionally invested.
JJK continues to be slow. We basically, this episode had no substance.
There's not a lot to it.
They get the third year to agree to help. They tell them that Gojo is sealed. Panda tells them the principal's dead. And then the Kogage or whatever shows up, tells them that somebody added a new rule. And then they go to the colonies, and Fushiguro and Yuji enter colony.
Colony 2.
Get separated.
Colony 2, right?
Yes, Colony 2 in Tokyo.
Yeah.
They get separated.
Pretty much Western Tokyo.
Fushiguro finds this girl Remy, and then Itadori finds jet hair and helicopter hair, and then this kid that knows him that never says his name.
I thought we had seen that kid before.
I don't think so.
Not in season 1, are you sure?
They went to middle school together, apparently.
He looked familiar.
We get backstory that there might be sorcerers alive that were alive thousands of years ago and are alive now. We weren't introduced to any of them. And then the episode ends with Remy and this dude that Itadori knows, each telling them a different location for this sorcerer that they're looking for that has 100 points and hasn't spent them yet.
Yeah, because they're trying to track down a super strong sorcerer to try to see if they can ally with that sorcerer.
To get them to add a rule that they would like.
Their entire goal right now is to prevent Fushiguro's sister from being dragged into the games.
Yes.
That's their entire plot.
Having her thing stripped so she doesn't die.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
This episode really highlighted how little has actually happened in this season. Literally nothing has happened this season. Nothing of any importance or worth. It's rather frustrating. I do applaud JJK for doing the shonen thing faster than most of the rest of them, but my God, does it need to pick its ass up and do something? And those hair guys...
They gotta fill 24 episodes.
That was horrific. Those hair combat, terrible. The worst stupid thing I think I've seen in all of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, the hair thing was
That was
stupid.
some Chainsaw Man bullshit.
Their hair first technique was pretty fucking stupid.
Oh my God. I didn't like this episode.
I didn't like this episode either.
Hopefully next week picks itself up, but I don't know.
Is it at least in the Shibuya arc, shit was happening.
I still think the Shibuya arc took too long, but at least it did.
Yeah, but
things.
every episode, things was happening.
Correct. Nothing has happened.
It's just like they talk, they tell you shit about the Culling Game, without actually just showing me the cool shit that's happening in the Culling Game. I want to see.
You want to see mass murder?
Kinda.
That's fair.
It'd be more entertaining than
dialogue and weird visuals.
Yes. I think the dream sequence with Gato is pretty cool.
In the beginning, yes, I enjoyed that. That was kind of cool.
You realize that was Itadori's friends at the beginning, right?
I love that the dude, Iguchi, just had his name written on his goddamn t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this guy's real smart.
Yep. That was a good part of the show.
It was good.
Because it gave you a dip into like what's actually happening instead of just the Wonder Twins trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
You're getting substance.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of Gato doing evil shit.
Theoretically, that wasn't evil what he did. That was benevolent.
Anytime he shows up, the plot drives. Just do that.
Itadori can't drive the plot because he has no personality. All he is a pleaser.
Yes, he's literally a vessel, literally and figuratively.
Well, yeah.
I love that the only reason he's in the game is because he is the vessel of Sukuna. It's pretty much it for JJK.
Yeah, it was...
there were some pretty visuals with some of the stuff, but the substance of the story is still
very
lacking.
The best parts of the series so far has been the dream sequence just now, Maki losing her sister, that segment with the beach thing that was really cool, and then Choso.
Choso's...
Anything with Choso.
Choso's a gem.
Choso's fun. And we don't see him, so God, I'm sad.
God, I still love when Yuji called him brother, and he's just like, and then Yuki's just like, "Are you okay?" And he just, that is still my favorite part of this season. Is just him going shh, shh, shh.
Yeah,
I did really like Maki too. Like, I like when she became what Toji should have been.
Yeah,
I also like that that upperclassman was just like, oh shit, you're the head of the Zenin clan. Let's be friends.
That is the side note. Little did they know the next day the Zenin clan would be dissolved.
That's about it.
My Hero Academia Vigilantes, the wrap up to the background of Eraserhead.
So Sun Luffy and Aizawa get attacked while they're out on patrol. After they have a very adorable encounter with some preschoolers, we bear witness to a giant frog villain that is, I giggled like really hard.
Something straight out of Naruto.
So I was like, is this Asui's father? You know, the frog girl from...
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
I really don't think it is, but...
No, I don't think so.
It was very funny that I chuckled.
Maybe it's like her shitty uncle or something.
But yeah, we find that this big toad frog kaiju can absorb quirks and reflect them back, amplified at their user. Anything that is a projectile quirk, it can absorb and then reflect back.
Yeah.
Using the warts on its back.
It stores them within its body for later dispersal.
We see President Mike and his work study group get absolutely decimated. And then your Purple Highness's group decides to, go on in there, try to get some good fights and get clapped instantaneously. This causes Aizawa to have to face the kaiju by himself. He hears Sun Luffy's voice telling him, like, hey, you can do this. And he does it. He does the thing. He realizes his potential, destroys the frog. We see that the frog is using jet because his tongue is black. Did you see that? Did you notice that?
Using jet? What do you mean?
Or turbo. He's using the
no,
quirk enhancing drug.
I didn't notice that.
His tongue was black.
Oh.
So that shit's been around since Aizawa was a teenager.
Tie-in. No, I didn't notice that with the tongue.
Yeah, its tongue is black. We find out that Sun Luffy dies because, literally rocks fall, he dies.
His name is Loud Cloud.
Loud Cloud?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now he's Dead Cloud.
Yeah.
Which causes Aizawa basically to spiral into a depression.
No. He turns into the Aizawa we know and love.
Which is just depression.
Okay, fair.
So Aizawa is now clinically depressed, forms his own thing with blackjack and hookers and loneliness.
He becomes a vigilante.
A lone superhero.
Yeah, he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, he's like Batman.
Yeah.
Just a lot cooler.
Less parental issues.
A lot cooler. We then cut back to present day where the rain stops, which apparently the rain just causes Aizawa to flashback to his memories every single time.
Well, and also the
kittens,
the cat.
Right. If Aizawa sees Rain and kittens at the same time, he's got to have a whole 3-episode.
He's back in high school.
He's got to have a whole 3-episode backstory just every time.
Every time.
And yeah, we find out why Aizawa is the way he is, which
it's drugs.
It did drugs. Yeah,
it's drugs.
Lots of drugs. But yeah, we then go to the Sentai brothers and their praying mantis
buddy.
And now, Octopus Buddy.
Yeah, the one that was terrorizing.
Who apologizes to Koichi. And then we find he loves the kitten that Koichi's carrying. And he adopts the kitten. And it's adorable and happy ending. And
the two Monstrous guys are going to open up a cafe large enough for Monstrous people to be, comfortable and enjoy life.
I was so happy with this episode.
We get a happy ending.
It was so much fun.
I'm not going to lie. I really groaned when I thought Vigilante was going to do the standard shonen trope of, power through friendship. And then they're like, oh no, bro was dead. You were manifesting him cheering you on yourself.
Yep.
Thank you for the save.
I had a feeling that Aizawa was projecting.
Yeah. No, I didn't clue into that, and I'm really happy.
I was like,
that way.
Homie got hit by a lot of rocks. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way he'd be sounding that chipper.
I was like, that is too chipper for somebody that took about a ton of concrete. Hearing his voice, I was like,
suspect.
Sus. He sacrificed himself to save a bunch of preschoolers.
When the thick guy...
One of those preschoolers better not become a villain.
Right. Who knows? When that thick guy picked up, the transpond, the speaker or whatever,
yeah,
I thought it was going to go the way of there were just pre-recorded messages in it.
He was having a psychological break right there.
Yep. He was doing what it took to persevere, which respect.
Watching him shove those warts back down that frog's throat, yes. And then him blinking to let the quirk reactivate.
Yeah, that was good.
Such a good touch.
Yeah, I thought I was going to hate this episode with the way it was going, and it didn't hold. Yeah,
it just continues to be a great, wholesome anime.
It is good.
At this point, as long as there's good writing and good storytelling, it can do anything.
It doesn't need to follow Koichi.
No, this show can literally do anything, and I will be happy as long as the writing stays good.
It's been good.
The animation stays clean, and just the characters stay likable. I even liked Sun Luffy.
Yeah, no, he was a good character.
It even made me like Present Mike. I hate Present Mike.
Well, because Present Mike showed humanism and restraint.
I know. It made me like him and I hated it. And then Miss Midnight having a breakdown. I was like, there are not going to be 2 shows that make me cry this week.
Too late. Well, JJK could have made you cry, but because it was so boring.
It's ridiculous how well the writing is done in this show.
The big question is, what's going to happen next week?
Oh, I didn't stick around to see if there was an after-credit sequence.
That's right. There isn't. It was real short. So the American hero that,
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's going to go back to him.
Obviously, things are going to go wrong because they're doing a send-off celebration for him to return to America. Something tells me it's probably going to end the way the first season did, where we have this prolonged arc dealing with him and this fallout and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see, we'll see if it can maintain its quality because aside from episode 2, I feel it's been worth it. It's been a good watch.
And even then, we both admitted that episode 2 is necessary.
In hindsight, yes. Yeah.
Again, I'm going to say it. The show can do whatever it wants. I will watch it as long as they continue the quality of doing it. I'm not ever upset. It continues just to go, hey, fan of the series, here's something for you. And you're just like, thank you, almighty.
It just makes me happy whenever it bucks the trends of shonen.
Yeah.
When it chooses not to pursue the standard tropes. That pleases me to no end.
It's light and fun, but also dark and gritty at the same time.
Yeah. Journal of Witch continues to be the dominant show. And it appears that we're not the only people obsessed with it. It seems to be getting an amount of traction. Whether a lot of people are watching it or just the people that are watching it are praising it. JJK, I don't know. At this point, the best thing I can say about Jujutsu Kaisen is at least it knew when to end a story. I mean, we're not going to get to the end of it in this season, obviously. We still have quite a bit more story to get to. And I know I'll end up watching the whole thing, but I don't know at this point if it's going to be worth it, because, man, this episode is really just shit the bed.
Yeah.
And Vigilantes continues to be just a strong, solid story. It may not be the best out there. It definitely isn't the worst, but it's consistent and reliable, and it's been good. And I'm sure a lot of people hate it because it's different from My Hero Academia.
Vigilante. All reliable.
We got anything else?
No, let's wrap this up.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Let us know what your thoughts are on these series and if we're being too harsh on Jujutsu Kaisen, and 2 praiseworthy of My Hero Academia. You can't say anything bad about Journal with Witch because it's just better than you think it is.
It would have to shit the bed for us to not like.
You would have to have a beach episode. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can get notified when new episodes drop, like a bonus Anime Plus episode we had drop on Monday this week, where David and 2 returning guests discussed Iron-Blooded Orphans and its place within the hierarchy of the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise. Make sure to check that out if you have not already. Plus, there's also the Wednesday episodes of Weekly Ranma, as we are getting closer to the end of Weekly Ranma, sadly, because we still have not heard any word about a season 3. All right, well, thanks again for listening. We'll check you guys next time.
Deuces.